Okay, that was a little scary. I didn't tell you that we were about to begin, but thank you for getting quiet. In fact, why couldn't you do that all year? Like, what's going on? I'm sorry, I forgot we're live streaming. Welcome to the 2022 TFES promotion ceremony. Let's give them a round of applause. This is the first time that we're here in the PAC, and for those of you who have gone to promotions in the past at FITS, I'm actually glad I get to wear a suit because it's cool enough to do that here. Because when we're under that tent, it's a whole different ball game. I want to introduce someone who is not going to give a speech, but I cannot let this person not be acknowledged. Dr. Yanni, our Superintendent of Schools. So as we begin, I ask the Student Council to please rise and lead us in our Pledge of Allegiance. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, guys. When they return to their seats, I'm going to ask the entire fifth grade to stand up and lead us in our pause pledge. Fifth graders, stand back up. Stand up for the pause pledge. All fifth grade. Are we ready? I was actually hoping to see the person who wrote that. Her brother is being promoted. I didn't. Is she? You got so old. I'm sorry. I didn't recognize you. Yeah. Jessica Green actually wrote that for us when she was in first grade, I think. Yeah. So thank you. We're still using it. I told you we would. Once again, I want to welcome you. This is an exciting time, a time of transition and change. As I reflected on, this class and what they're doing and how they're moving forward, every year I promise that I'm not going to be corny, but that's who I am, so I can't help it. But this has been a class that has had to deal with a lot of transition. Not only the physical changes with, a pandemic or tornado, and we had to welcome approximately 200 students and staff, and they handled it, and with all of that, the priority for this group has always been to have fun and play. So even when we had stressful times and things just seemed like, oh, it's a lot, you could hear a whole lot of noise and the noise of laughter whenever you went to fifth grade. So I want to thank you guys for bringing that to FITS, and I don't know how we'll ever replace that. I'm going to actually ask that our first student reflection happen. Okay. So, Mrs. Evans? Oh, it's spoke? Okay. Bo Rudel.
Hi, my name is Bill Rudel. I have been going to Thomas Fitzwater for 6 years. I'm going to tell you a little bit about those years. In kindergarten, I had Mrs. Welsh, and she was an awesome teacher. She had a bunch of things to do during recess, but that is not the reason she was awesome. It was because she was a caring and helpful person, and that's what made her awesome. In kindergarten, I also made some of my best friends that I'm still friends with today. In first grade, I had Mrs. Vogel. She is a chill and funny person. You were able to crack jokes with her. One of my favorite jokes was made by my friend Braden McKenzie. The joke was, roses are red, violets are blue, I love Penn State and you should too. He made this joke because she liked Temple, not Penn State. She made it one of my favorite grades. In second grade, I had Miss Wetzel, now known as Mrs. Crawford. She was a very welcoming teacher. It made the first day a lot less scary. My friend Matthew came to school about halfway through, and she made him feel welcomed. In third grade, I had Mrs. Lynch. She was very calm and nice. She read stories, and we would always get to share about our weekends. In third grade, we went virtual because of COVID, but she still made it fun. Some days we went on a Zoom and did a show and tell or hunt for things around our houses. When I was in school before COVID, I thought school was boring, but then once we were virtual, I realized that school was fun and I could not live without it. In fourth grade, I had Mrs. Asher. We were still virtual, but we got to do groups and breakout rooms, so we could still work with others. During virtual, I hung out with my friend Ryan Nober. We would do our work together and have fun. Mrs. Asher did not care as long as we did our work. She was always just a calm and laid-back person. In our class, Mrs. Campbell taught me how to do order of operations. She was also a very nice teacher. Now I am in 5th grade going into 6th. It is my last year at Thomas Fitz. My teachers, Mrs. Evans and Mrs. Griffin, made this a really fun year. Mrs. Griffin is my math, science, and social studies teacher. In math, we learned about a bunch of fun things. She always made things fun. Mrs. Evans, my second favorite teacher after Mrs. Coleman, of course, is my ELA teacher. She also made things fun, especially TDAs. She read the best books. She got me into reading. I never liked to read until Mrs. Evans read the first book of the year. I loved it, and then I even went on and did reading Olympics. I never thought I would do it, but then once I did, it was amazing. I had so much fun this year, and I hope the future 5th graders have a great time just like I did. I am looking forward to 6th grade, but I will miss my years at Thomas Fitzwater Elementary School. Go Cheetahs.
Great job, Bo. Thank you, Mrs. Griffin, for reminding me that I went out of order, but I'm going to get back in order. First up is our Citizenship Award. When you think of that word, citizenship, you think about someone that is a part of the community. But I would venture to say there are some people who help to define that community. And I'm always amazed when I see children. I mean, because our oldest student is 11 years old, but they've had impact on our entire community. So the names that I'm about to announce are people who have impacted us, and I'm sure we'll try to keep their legacy going. First is Molly Litton. Molly, get dropped off every day, okay? Don't worry about Sandy Wright. Elijah Matthew. My man, Quiet Storm. It's amazing how much you can be a leader, and I might hear him say 2 words all day, but kids follow him. Lily Rakowski. And last and certainly not least, Scarlett Richmond. I just want to say one more time about all 4 of those children. They're not very vocal, but yet anything that we need done as a school community, they're usually finding ways to be a part of it and lead us in it. So thank you guys for all that you have done for FITS. Okay. I'm paying attention to the program. This is me again. All right. This award was named after a longstanding teacher who was quite beloved, and actually his father was the first principal of Thomas Fitzwater Elementary School. So we wanted to make sure that we recognize the children who have shown the most growth in a year. And growth isn't just simply academic, it can be socially, emotionally, any way that is helping FITS unlike it has in the past. So I have 4 students again. The first one is Mila Ragsdale. Father, you okay? All right. All right. Please don't ask me why I call her father. She told me to. Natalie Watson. I'm going to hold this for Natalie. Lily Cohen. And I'm going to say this one, it's a little bittersweet. Did a great job and absolutely earned it. But I know when he comes up, I'm not going to feel as handsome as I once did. Zach Rubenstein. I keep telling him about that handsome stuff, but he won't stop. He won't stop. Okay. The 5th grade. Okay. Wake up. Is this one? Stand up. Okay. All right. So, in order for the 5th graders to see this video, I'm actually going to need them to move a bit. So, stand up. Let's see if our practice worked. Stand up. for the video. Okay, we'll start with the students on the bottom. Mrs. Griffin. Okay, here's our next student reflection, Justin McCool.
Yeah, all right. Hi. Good morning, Thomas Fitzwater Cheetahs. My name is Justin McCool, and I've been in Thomas Fitzwater for pretty much 6 years, through kindergarten to fifth grade. I've kind of always wanted to be a fifth grader because they just seem cooler than everyone. I mean, we are, don't get that, but, you know. They also had a lot of, I was kind of scared to be one because in things like fifth grade buddies or safeties on the bus, they always were kind of in charge. Now, before I talk more about fifth grade, I want to talk about K through 4, starting with kindergarten. Now, I was in KB with Mrs. Joyce. Now, kindergarten was fine, and it was great. It reminded me of pre-K, and that also had the effect on other people. I met a lot of people who I still talk to today, The mornings were also really fun, but they kind of got boring fast. I remember Mrs. Joyce always kind of had a rule. If you said a weekend activity was just fun, you had to change it into a more exciting word, like exciting or great. We also had an aquarium trip that I really enjoyed because other than talking to my friends, I saw these beautiful sea life and even got to feed a duck. First, I was in for 1A with Mrs. Graven, the now second grade teacher, who was probably my favorite. Sorry, Mr. Dugans. First grade was fantastic, even though homework started. But along with homework, reading club started, and I loved it. I know from the name, they sound kind of boring and stupid, but it was a great way for me to talk to other students and see if I got the best teacher in the grade. I did. The books were not just regular children books, which is what I expected. They were actually good and had good lessons. I was in 2A with Mrs. Linmar. Second grade was packed of things to do and throughout the year. My favorite was barter day, where you would bring in an item, I brought in toy cars, and you would trade it for just anything. People set up stations, and I got cake pops and stuff by people who were baking them, and I even got a couple toys. Even some students who moved away before the year started came back and also did their own station. I was in 3A with Mrs. Nagowski. To be honest, third grade was kind of a good and bad. The student lineup in 3A was, no offense 5B, but my favorite. It had all my friends who I talked to before and I still talk to today. The bad part was that coronavirus started that year and our year got cut in half. And we had to be in Google Classroom, and that was not fun. But the Philadelphia Zoo trip in third grade and the Water Ice Social were really cool. I especially liked the zoo trip because I got to talk with friends and look at really cool creatures. I was in, get this, 4B with Mrs. Ulsher and 4D with Mrs. Kavanaugh. The reason was I chose to stay virtual throughout fourth grade, and I had to switch teachers because one of them wanted to be in person. I gotta be honest, fourth grade was just a fat blur. I remember learning about multiplication and decimals, but other than that, fourth grade was really boring. But not all things were bad about being virtual, because when I was virtual, I met people I probably wouldn't have met if I was in person, and I'm really glad I met them, and same thing with the teachers. Now, in 5B with Mr. Dugans and a wonderful class lineup. Before school started, and when we just got to know our teachers, Mr. Dugans, even throughout the years, Mr. Dugans was seen as the strict and kind of mean teacher. And people were right. But he's not. But he's also a really fun, and he's also a really great and funny teacher, and I wouldn't have it any other way. He enjoys his subject, and along with my ELA teacher, Mrs. Lawrence, fifth grade couldn't be any better. It was kind of a roller coaster though, because with COVID and masks, it was kind of bad for the couple of first months, but as soon as masks got off and coronavirus kind of died down, we got into the funner summer and spring. We had the Phillies trip, the picnic, games day, and the fun night. All those events made me so happy, and thank you to everyone who helped with them. Fifth grade I met kids from other grades that I haven't met yet, and I've met great friends, like Henry Spohl and Talia Raish. Before I leave the stage, I want to say thank you to all the teachers, even though you didn't teach me, because I know you inspired kids out there. I want to say thank you to all the students, because you made me who I am today. Thank you to all the counselors we had, Mr. Myers and Mrs. Costanzo, and thank you to the enrichment teacher, Mr. Dillon. I want to say thank you to pretty much everyone in TFES because you made me who I am today, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Okay. Are we ready for Ellen Burrows? Okay. I'm going to bring it down.
Oh, thank you. Good afternoon, Thomas Fitzwater community. My name is Abby McGrath. I am one of the PTO co-presidents this year. Ellen S. Burrows was an Upper Dublin Medal winner in 1986, a former school board member, and an advocate for schools and students. The Ellen S. Burrows Award is presented in her honor for outstanding qualities in promoting citizenship, displaying an understanding and appreciation of civic responsibility, having an all-around positive attitude, and outstanding performance when participating in school activities and sports, all while possessing strength in character as well as the courage to do what is right, no matter what personal sacrifices the students must make. It is my honor to present this year's Ellen S. Burrows Award to Charlie Griesover, Talia Reich, Daniel Wilkins, and Aram Nakunya.
Are you guys ready with the math award? Okay. So just the two of you are going to do? Okay.
Okay. Is that okay? Perfect. Hi, everyone. I am Mrs. Griffin, and I had the pleasure of teaching 5A and 5C math this year, and I have some awards to give out as well as 24 achievement awards. So we had 4 students in all of the sections who basically won the 24 competition, and then we had 1 student go on to the Montgomery County Intermediate Unit. So I'll start with the math awards from 5A and 5C, and then Mr. Dugans will give them out for 5B and 5D. All right, from 5A, Grace Brooks. And also from 5A, Grant Kutchler. And from 5C, Eli Berman. And also from 5C, Rowan Basada. And the 24 certificate winners, they already know who they are, but I'll announce them because we are very proud of their achievement. Eli Berman, come on up again. Eli, it's like class. Henry Spohl, representing 5B. Eli was representing 5C. And, hold on one second. Tony Tang from 5A. And then from 5D, we actually have a fourth grader who won the competition, Brian Wells. He is not here today, but yeah. They're right there.
Hi, everyone. I'm the mean and strict one. Before I give out the math awards, I have to give a couple shout outs, kudos to the two classes that I worked with this year with 5B and D who crushed it this year with first in math. I just want to give you a couple statistical data points. Wait till you hear some of these numbers. 5D this year solved 702,141 problems on first in math. It's amazing. And the top two student sticker earners, we had Elijah Matthews, who earned 29,527. And Violet Sanford, who earned 20,781. Yeah. Now on to 5B for a moment. You know me, I'm a little competitive when it comes to this type of stuff. Right, guys? A little bit? Okay. All right, just a little bit. So 5B, ready, folks? Strap your seatbelts on. 1,276,674 problems solved this year. Five B was number one in the school. They were the number one ranked team in the school district. They were the number 11th ranked team in the state. And they were 15th in the nation. Nineteen of those students were considered by First in Math to be grand champions. And in order to be a grand champion, you had to earn 15,000 stickers or more. So congrats to you guys. I want to just shout out to the top two students. Our first student was Talia Reich, and there's a little story behind it. Because Talia throughout the year was kind of going back and forth with, I think it was Mason Hipple, right, in fourth grade. And I think 2 days ago she was in first place. She ended up in second today when I was doing all the data. She had 36,179 stickers this year. And our second place winner in our class was Jason Hanna with 30,181 stickers. Incredible. Okay, on to the math awards. Normally when I come up with these math awards, I gotta look at all the data from their mid-module and end-of-module tests and trying to average things together. Well, this is like the second time in the eons that I've been doing this that I had to look beyond that because we had a tie. And then I started looking at the easy CBM scores. And we were within 1/100th of a point between the two. So I had to give out 2 awards this year. First one is going to Ben Cesari. And this next award, this person kept me on my toes all year. I got to be honest with you. I don't know how many times she came up and said, I'm bored. I need to go on to this 6th grade stuff. So I was coming up with stuff like crazy to keep her engaged and to keep her challenged. She's probably over there smiling at me now. So I just got to say, Leah Payne, come on up, please. All right, and then in 5D, a similar problem, but I actually had to take it beyond the chapter, the mid-module and end-of-module test. I had to go beyond easy CBM. I had to look at, at things that we just did in class and class projects, and we still tied here. So I'm giving 2 awards again. The first one is going to Aram Nakunya. And our second award is going to Elijah Matthews.
Let's give our math award winners another round of applause. A couple statistics that I want to add. It wasn't mentioned that Eli Berman he earned second place in the county. That's a big deal. Let's give him a round of applause. And this is the first time in the history of Thomas Fitzwater that as a school, we have been in the top 10 in the state. So there's 2 things I wanted to add. Now we're going to do the writing award.
So Mrs. Lawrence and I both teach ELA. I teach 5A and 5C.
And I teach 5B and 5D.
So we chose recipients of the writing award from each of those classes. And we're going to read an excerpt from one of the writing pieces. So maybe they'll kind of know that it's them before we announce their name. So I'll start with 5A. And I think ironically we all have their scary Halloween stories because they were so good.
Yeah.
So, here's an excerpt from the winner from 5A. It's very cold out and my hand starts to spasm. Twitch, twitch. We walk toward the small building that has a huge chunk taken out of it. As we enter, the air around us seems colder, almost as if we had jumped into water. I shiver in the cold. We walk in farther when all of a sudden, everything goes dark. And that is Sophia Castro.
All right, and I'm going to read for 5B. As Mark, Pete, and Daisy approached the spooky, ominous house, they went up the stone steps. As they started to walk up the stairs, swoosh went the wind. The candle blew out. They grabbed each other so hard they could barely breathe. They took a deep breath and continued up the stairs. Their hands were cushioned by the mossy railing. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, boom, flash, lightning struck the spooky mansion. Once again, boom, flash. What the heck happened? Said Daisy. I have no idea, said Mark. Don't be scared, it's just lightning, Pete said softly. And that was Ava Merrick.
Okay, and here is an excerpt from 5C. Suddenly, we heard footsteps coming toward us. We looked at each other wide-eyed. Even though the house seemed haunted, we had to go in it. We may seem like chickens, but you should have heard those footsteps. The footsteps were like no other. The footsteps sounded monstrous and cold-blooded, ruthless and unpleasant. And that is Ray Gorman.
All right, and this is from 5D. I'll meet you at the bottom. No, Tim, you're going with me up the stairs of this house. I told you 1,000,000 times the house is not haunted. Fine, but I'll be behind you. Jimmy, you in? Felicia said. I think I'll just stay here. Sounds good to me. Felicia took one step, and she stopped and looked behind. Tim looked back at her. Before he could say anything, she took several more steps. Tim trailed behind her. Boom. Thunder roars, lightning crashes, making the clouds look like they're being cracked in half. Tim jumps back a step, and Felicia froze. Felicia turned around. "Tim, do you smell that?" she says. Tim took a big whiff of the air and says, no. "Well, it smells like charcoal." "You mean fire?" "No, charcoal." Tim shrugs, and Felicia turns around and takes another step. And that was Audrey Yeager.
I never felt so tall before today. Mark, I'm sorry. No, y'all short. Our next student reflection, correct? All right, next student reflection is going to be Natalie Beck.
Hi, my name is Natalie Beck, better known to my classmates as Olivia Rodigo or Schwartz. I'm in 5C, and TFES was the best 6 years I could have ever asked for. At times I got hard, but my overall experience was great thanks to the staff members, teachers, and my friends. Here are some of my favorite memories from the past 6 years. So let's take a trip down memory lane, shall we? Let's take it back to kindergarten, starting with the Thanksgiving feast. We were all pilgrims and we had to hunt for our food. We ate food and had fun goofing off. That year was also the year I met my best friend, Nori. She has been there from the very beginning and I can't thank her enough. Another memory that I made was at snack time. My classmates and I would go around the table and sing "Came Down Like a Wrecking Ball," but instead of saying "wrecking ball," we would say our names. We definitely annoyed a lot of people. Lastly, I can't forget the science fair. Me and 2 of my classmates did the What's in the Box challenge. It was so much fun and we still laugh about it to this day. Kindergarten was great, but I think it's time for first grade. Fast forward 1 year and we made it to first grade. First grade was one of my favorite years. It just so happened that it was the year that the Eagles won the Super Bowl. I will never forget the Friday before Super Bowl Sunday. We were all in our Eagles gear, and we also did a score prediction, and since we were in first grade, my classmates were like, "Eagles, 100 points, Patriots, 0 points. Well, safe to say that didn't end up happening, but we still won. We also read Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing, which is still one of my favorite books to this day, especially because my friend Audrey and I did a project about it. Audrey and I were like 2 peas in a pod. At recess, we would do gymnastics, run around, and make some of the best memories that I will keep in my heart forever. And a hop, skip, and boat right away in second grade is here. I will never forget the Reader's Theater that we did on Safari African Animals and like this tug of war. We had a full-on production. I mean, there were curtains, and we planned for like 2 weeks. I was the narrator, and I had so much fun doing it. Another memory that I made was with one of my best friends, Lily. We would sing "Someday" from Zombies, and there was choreography and lots of laughing. And now, whenever we go over to that playground, we laugh about it. One of my favorite memories was the talent show. Audrey and I sang "You Belong With Me" by Taylor Swift, and I was the more non-talented one, and she was the talented one, but we had fun nonetheless. Barter Day was another awesome memory. You create multiple of one thing or collect knickknacks and trade with others. I painted rocks and I called them Natalie's Happy Rocks, and Mrs. Costanzo still has the one I gave her. Third grade is one that I will never forget. This year was the whole COVID outbreak thing. I think we can all agree that it was not fun, but here are some of my favorite memories from before the whole world shut down. Starting with the Halloween hop. Me, Nori, and I went on stage in the gym, and we laughed so hard, and we danced so hard, laughing while doing it, of course. There were snacks and everything. Another fun memory that I made was the country project. We had to choose a place in the world and research and create a suitcase for it. I researched Italy and with 2 other people in my class. Also, if a parent was born in one of the places or had some type of relation to the place, they would share what it was about. Audrey and I were still very close. I played the violin and I had a concert, which was very scary, but we powered through and I had fun. Time for my favorite year, 4th. I had so much fun. We started the year off on Google Meet and Zoom, which was an interesting way to start the year. Every Friday we had drawing competitions and they were so much fun. Time for in-person. One of my favorite memories was during library. We were reading Cody's Secret Admirer, which in itself was funny because there was a Cody in our class. But wait, there's more. Just wait. One of my oh-so-dear classmates, Price, decided that it was going to be an excellent idea to act like he got his leg stuck in the chair, and Mrs. Dashoff was, let's just say, not happy. Finally, Cody, you thought I wasn't going to talk about the time that you broke my pinky at recess. Well, so you thought wrong. Wait, where am I? Oh, we were playing soccer, even though soccer is my least favorite sport, and I was goalie, and Cody decided to kick the ball right into my pinky, and it broke in not 1 but 2 spots. But it's okay. We had the best class. We would laugh, and once I laughed so hard that I fell out of my seat and hurt myself, and I couldn't breathe for like 10 seconds. We played lots of games and cheered each other on. I will never forget 4th grade. Finally, 5th grade. The one that you make the most memories of and have the most fun activities. We started off the year with a tornado, and for me, a broken pinky toe. And no, it's not by Cody this time. We can all relax. Having Fort Washington come here and new special teachers was hard, but we powered through and they left. Now, if you remember from the beginning of this speech, I said that my classmates call me Olivia Rodigo or Schwartz. Now, I got those nicknames from my classmates, and we've had so much fun goofing off. We had 1st grade buddies, and they are the best. Shout out to 1B. I also made some of the best memories at recess and during the school day, just laughing with my classmates and roasting each other all day. And when I say roasting each other, I mean I was basically the one getting roasted, but it's fine. On April Fool's Day, our teachers were pranking each of us all day, so Nori and I took it upon ourselves to get multiple teachers in on a prank that is toilet papering Mrs. Lawrence's classroom, and I don't think I've ever had more fun. That night was 5th grade fun night, which was a great time. I will always remember it. Another one of my favorite memories was the fun times Molly and I spent in the corner of the room sitting together, and I really don't think that I've laughed harder. We would say Slay Queen, and we acted like divas. Another one of my favorite memories was Games Day, because Blue won for our class, so as Molly would say, we slayed. We lost the first round of tug of war. I was the anchor, and I definitely pulled a muscle, but it was worth it. We also got Kuna Ice. There's no way that we can forget the picnic and kickball game. And on our way back, they started singing Good For You and started chanting Schwartz. Yes, the entire grade. That was an experience. We also went on a full day-long field trip to the Phillies game. And the bus ride was fun, but crazy. We had so much fun, and my dad was chaperoning me, and we got on the news. I know, how cool are we? And last but certainly not least, we could not forget library. We were definitely Mrs. Dashoff's favorite class because we had our favorite student, Cody, in our class. Now, all that to say, I had the best years and made the best memories. But just because we are focusing on the good stuff and positive memories, that does not mean that there were not hard moments either. We have been through a lot between hard math problems and friendships drifting. We got into arguments and lost our temper sometimes, but we learned from those moments. 6 years of memories that we will keep in our hearts forever. 6 years of going on the bus and walking into the same door. We have laughed the hardest that we've ever had, played at recess, and learned to stand up for ourselves. Although we are not perfect, we tried our best. These are the moments we won't forget. We're not going to be in high school thinking about the times that someone yelled at us, but instead the time we fell on the ground from laughing and the many memories we've shared in each grade. I hope that the majority of the kids that I hang out with are in the same team as me next year. But if they're not, I hope we can all keep in touch. It is true that it can be hard to go to school every day, but we still go and we make amazing memories. As Dr. Seuss once said, you never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. Thank you for 6 years of memories, lessons learned, and friendships that will last forever. Now we are officially Cardinals, but we will always be Cheetahs in our hearts.
Nat, you left out one thing. There was a dance contest. Oh, that's right. You probably wouldn't have put that in there because I won. All right, so we're going to go to our next award, which is the Jerry Bach Award.
Good afternoon, Thomas Fitzwater community. My name is Dory Litton, and I am the other PTO co-president this year, and I am here to present the Jerry Bach Award. Jerry Bach was the father of 3 children, Patricia, David, and Karen, who all attended Thomas Fitzwater. He was a PTA president from 1977 to 1978, who conducted meetings the entire year while battling liver cancer and never let anyone know how truly ill he was. Jerry Bach was an incredibly kind and dedicated man. Everyone was shocked when he died at the young age of 36, right at the end of the school year, that they wanted to memorialize his tenure in some way. The PTA was so touched by his courage and bravery while he was sick that they decided to dedicate a statue in 1980 in his memory. The statue in our hallway just outside the library, the swimmer, is of a child since he loved children. I'm proud to present the annual Jerry Bach Award in his honor for displaying courage and bravery to Andre Dula, Rosalie Fensel, Romeo Simonelli, and Sean Crook.
The students? Okay. So we're going to go and present our students at this point. Like I said, the 5D reflection, and then we're going to do our students. That's what I was saying. I'm sorry, I looked at my watch and I saw that we're running out of time, so I got a little nervous. But 5D reflection, and then we're going to announce all the students. Okay. So, Matthew Wendheim.
My name is Matthew Windheim, and I have been at Thomas Fitzwater for 3.5 years. I began in the middle of 2nd grade. This is my experience. I started at Thomas Fitzwater in 2nd grade, where I had Miss Wetzel, who is now Mrs. Crawford. She welcomed me into her class and made me feel like I belonged from the start. She was very kind and understanding. Mr. Krantz was also there to help out often. When we behaved or were caught doing something good, she would give us pause bucks or raffle tickets to earn fun toys every Friday. As a class, we would also set a prize, and every time the whole class behaved, we would earn a letter. I met most of my future friends at this time, and it was awesome. In 3rd grade, I had Mrs. Nagowski, and she was funny and enthusiastic. In her class, we did rotations with many interesting options, and she even let us choose our own groups with our own friends. When we did these rotations, Mrs. Lawrence would come in to help, and the class was always excited for her to join. More to come about this teacher later. In the spring of 3rd grade, COVID hit and our year got cut short, so we returned home to complete virtual learning. It wasn't as fun as being in the classroom. In 4th grade, we were still learning virtually, and I had Mrs. Kavanaugh. Many of you may not know her because she is a Maple Glen teacher. She was always thoughtful and understanding. She gave us fun games and cool brain breaks to make our days at home easier. It was hard for everyone to do this virtually, but soon enough, students were able to return to school. In January, I went back to school and I was in Mrs. Gowan's class. I was finally excited to see all of my friends again. Here I am in 5th grade, and Mrs. Lawrence and Mr. Dugans are my teachers. Mrs. Lawrence is my ELA teacher. She's compassionate, caring, and patient, not to mention we both share a love of Chick-fil-A. Mrs. Lawrence gives us fun Fridays, and we play the best games, sometimes even outside. She also gives us time to talk to friends and be social. Every assignment she makes is interesting and fun, but it also taught us what we needed to learn. Mrs. Lawrence is always there for me and appreciates me for who I am. Mr. Dugans is my math, science, and social studies teacher. He is very funny. He's always messing with me and joking around, and I love that we share inside jokes. For example, he calls me his second favorite student and says his first favorite student is everybody else. When I am having a bad day, he makes a joke, and it makes even the worst day a little better. I cannot forget to mention a very important person when I talk about my experiences at Fitzwater. Most people know that Mrs. Windheim is my grandmother. Having a family member who is with you in elementary school every day is something very special that most people will never get to experience. She is always there for me. Not only was she my reading Olympics coach, but my grandmother encourages me in everything I do. She is always there for me when I need her, and I am never too embarrassed to give her a hug when I pass her in the hallways. I will really miss that. I am very excited to be heading off to middle school with all of my friends. I am looking forward to being there for the new opening of Sandy Run, just like my grandfather was there for the first opening of Sandy Run in 1967. We will all have opportunities to meet new people and make new friends. I'm also looking forward to having more responsibilities. I still have a lot of school ahead of me, but I will never forget my teachers and my experiences at TFES. A special thank you to Mr. Alston and Mrs. Costanzo for supporting us in our elementary years, too. To quote a former NBA player, Magic Johnson, all kids need is a little help, a little hope, and somebody who believes in them. To all of my teachers who have been so kind, believed in me, and have been there for me whenever I needed them, thank you. You will be missed.
Okay, with our unexpected bathroom break, are we going to be able to call the students? Okay, we'll start with 5D. Okay. Students, when you hear your name, you're just going to stand in place. Is it possible that we could raise this a little bit more? Thank you, so we can get some pictures.
All right, so we're going to start with 5D, the best class, just saying. All right, my friends. Thank you. So, my friends, when you hear your name, please stand up. I'll hand you your certificates tomorrow at the car parade, okay? Annie. Jonathan. Rosalie. Natalie. Jillian, Audrey, Caden, Nathan, Ahmad, Michael, Elijah, Braden, Aram, Griffin, Rayon, Zachary, Violet, Benedetta, Nori, Brandon, Amelia, Matthew, and Alice. It was a pleasure having you.
Five C.
Hello again. 5C, when I say your name, just stand up and stay standing. Price, Natalie, Eli, Rowan, Ava, Rachel, Lily, Sean, Emily, Lucas, Kieran, Aaliyah, Ray, Tyler, Lizzie, Steve, Molly, Mason, Jasir, Aiden, Cody, Amelia, and Danny. Congratulations to 5C.
Okay, 5B. Ready? That's right, best class. Here we go. Cooper Beck. Nasiah Boyd. Quinn Brown. Ben Cesari. Andre Dula. Dean Farrell. Douglas Green. Jason Hanna. Ethan Lanuti, Jonathan Lavera, Justin McCool, Mayani McNeil, Ava Merrick, Shalia Morris, Leah Payne, Talia Reich, Scarlett Richmond, Patrick Ridgway, Braden Scott, Akile Simonelli, Henry Spoll, and Natalie Watson.
All right, 5A, same thing. When you hear your name, just stand. Grace Brooks, Sophia Castro, Shannon Eustache, Amy Galvez Guerra, Charlie Griesover, Ava Harmer, Kimani John, Ava Kelly Wiggins, Grant Kuchler, Alex McGurk, Ryan Nober, Ryan Reagan, Mila Ragsdale, Thomas Ross, Braylon Redmond, oh, that's okay. She's here in spirit. Charlie Ridgway, Lily Rakotsky, Bo Rudel, Romeo Simonelli, Tony Tang, Siani Washington, Sebastian Wells, and Nibril Williams. Oh my gosh! I'm so Christian Green. I skipped over one. I'm sorry.
Okay, fifth graders, would you please stand for our Fitzwater song? Huh? Yeah, just play. We're just going to play the audio. Students, before I say my farewell, and I know we have a couple more things to do, I want you to take this time to look out at the audience and give a round of applause to your family that's here to support you. We know that we get a lot of credit for teaching them, but none of this can happen without the support from home. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. All right, I'm going to jump to the graduating families.
The following families are here today to celebrate the promotion of their youngest children at Thomas Fitzwater Elementary School. Congratulations to all of you. We will miss you, and good luck. And I'm just going to apologize if I mispronounce any names. Hopefully I won't. Here we go. The Applestein family, the Beck family, the other Beck family, the Berman family, the Blitz family, the Brown family, the Cohen family, the Cornett family, the Croak family, the Dempsey family, the Dula family, the Eustache family, the Fensel family, the Galvez Guerrera family, the Green family, the Hanna family, the Holland family, the Ainoa family, the Yeager family, the John family, the Lanuti family, the Lavera family, the Litton family, the McCool family, the McMillan family, the McNeil family, the Merrick family, the Mirambeau family, the Morris family, the Ragsdale family, the Rao family, the Ross family, the Richmond family, the Ridgway family, the Rubenstein family, the Rudel family, the Sand family, the Sidal family, the Simonelli family, the Spohl family, the Stokes family, the Tang family, the Ulig family, the Watson family, the Washington family, the Wells family, the Wilkins family, and the Williams family. Good luck at Sandy Run.
All right. So there's one family that you said that I don't feel right about you saying. We have to say goodbye to the Litton family. Not only are we losing students, but we're losing our PTO president of the last 5 years. At least, it might have been 7. But Dory, we appreciate you. I want you to believe that I'm actually going to let you go, but I already worked something out with Molly. She will be driving you to Fitz every day. All right. The Wiggins? No. They return? All right. Mr. Dugans, I don't mess everything up. I'm just saying, we're good. All right, so final remarks, and I also will include some housekeeping things too. This is the conclusion of my 12th year as the Thomas Fitzwater Elementary School principal. I always appreciate that Dory does that last part for me because I admit it, I'm a punk. I can't say goodbye without getting teary and just looking at the names and thinking about all that we've done. Last Friday, we had the seniors come back for a grad walk. And out of that class, I think there were a total of like 86 seniors that are graduating from Upper Dublin High School. More than 60 of them came back because they missed Fitz that much. And to me, that's just a testament to this community and what I've seen for 12 years. I started talking about it a little bit and just the transition and how these children have managed to always maintain having fun. I'm going to try to pretend like I'm not biased, especially since I have some students who were my students before and hopefully will be my students next year. But it's just, like I said, it was just different. You know, I will admit, sometimes it was hard when it came to like giving out consequences and discipline because I was trying not to laugh at what I was being told, you know. I mean, just the level of creativity and what we did every day. I was like, for real, can we take a break? But anyway, day after day. But with that being said, we still had great academic achievements. They still managed to be some of the best leaders that we've ever seen at FITS. And what I hope continues is that just like we had those seniors come back, I'll see a bunch of you come back. So with that being said, let's give a round of applause for our promotion class of 2029.